Hello, and welcome to the newest episode of the Drive Home Podcast. I'm your host, and I am tired. Or something. I don't know if tired is the right word, but that's what I'm going to go with. But that's besides the point. Let's drive this podcast home. So, I'm not doing Zombies 4 yet. I think I need to give it some time, let it all sink in, and work out my plan a little bit more. But, in other news, I've got some other things to talk about today, so it should be fun. So first off, I lost the sweatshirt I normally wear, which, I mean, it's kind of whatever, because it's getting, it's turning out to be spring sooner rather than later. So, I don't need a sweatshirt as much, but I don't really have a good backup sweatshirt, and I don't want to wear any of my other ones. So I have a spare jacket type thing in my car, but it's not a hoodie, and, well, I like hoodies to wear casually. So that really sucks. I lost it yesterday. I did a couple things yesterday. None of them included work, which was great. But let's see. What was it again? Right. I hung out with a friend for a little bit. We discussed moving a little bit. So, if I haven't made this aware to anyone yet, because I don't specifically care to talk about it, I currently live with my mother. I'm not, I graduated high school, I guess 4 years ago. And, it is what it is. Economy bad, that kind of stuff. Economy bad, me no have high paying job, whatever. I pay my mother rent. She's gonna move in with her boyfriend in a couple months. And for me and my brother, who also still lives with my mother, to be able to continue to pay rent in general, we're gonna need somebody else to help out. So I briefly discussed with this friend, and he doesn't have a job yet, but he doesn't want to move, but there are talks, I guess, that the house that he lives in, which is basically just he's a neighbor, basically. He's going to have to move, and he doesn't really want to do that. And, he doesn't have a license or anything, but he's dealt with some issues, and he's still dealing with some stuff, so I don't really blame him for not being able to do as much. But anyway, so we did talk about that a little bit, because in the case of my mother moving out, an empty room's available, and we're going to need more money, and I might have to switch jobs, which would make this podcast really sad. Maybe I'll do the walking home podcast. I don't know. It wouldn't really work great, though, because of the wind. It's always windy up in New England. Pretty much anywhere you go, there's wind. I don't even, I live inland. I don't live near the ocean. I have to drive several hours to get to the ocean. But, it's fun to go there every once in a while with family and stuff and junk. Anyway, so we spoke about that a little bit. And he said he would get a job, obviously. He's not going to live for there for free. He'd get a job in town. And it's great because, like, we have him over to, like, because he's the friend who we've been watching Avatar with, The Last Airbender. So, me and my brother saw Avatar The Last Airbender when it was first coming out, which was really awesome. But, I guess counterintuitively or something. The friend who we're talking about this stuff with, he hadn't seen a single episode. He just heard stuff and maybe seen a couple of clips. And so we decided to enlighten our friend into one of the most amazing shows of, the past. Because we have Netflix, and the original Avatar is on Netflix. I say the original because there's the live action one, which I haven't watched, and I'm not going to. I've heard bad things about it. They changed character arcs, changed the way characters are. It kind of sucks, from what I hear. And it's like, why change perfection? Like, why can't you just do the original script and maybe leave out some irrelevant things? Like, it's good enough as it is. I mean, it's amazing as it is, but like, the live action just kind of like changes a bunch. It's just like, yeah, but that's not the show that we originally watched or wanted to watch. I don't understand how Netflix doesn't get that. Like, does Netflix know why the live action One Piece did so good? Because it stayed true to the gosh darn source material. Like, that's literally it. Like, that's one of the only ones that has actually done well in terms of live action adaptations. Anyway, so just one more thing on the live action adaptations. Before we really knew, we had bought the DVD version. We watched I guess it was the Midnight Shyamalan Avatar movie, the one based off of the Nickelodeon show, which is the show that we're talking about. But, the one where they couldn't get Aang's name right. They couldn't get the protagonist's name right. How do you screw that up? It's like his name is in every episode. It's in the title sequence, or the opening sequence. It's Aang. Maybe it's pronounced differently because it's like, what is it, A-A-N-G? But like, still, I feel like, you watch one episode, even the first episode, that should be enough. His name isn't Ung. It's become a funny joke between me and a couple other people. Where like, oh my gosh, it's the Avatar, Ung, or whatever. Because that's how they pronounce his name in the movie. And that movie came out a little bit after the show did, or something. And there's a bunch of other stuff that I don't remember whether it was good or not. But, that was my big issue with the movie when I saw it. And I saw it when I was very young. Right? Like, I don't know. So, it's just kind of like, it baffles me that they couldn't even get the name right. And, usually I don't really have much of an opinion on whether a movie is good or bad. But that made that movie bad, in my opinion. That and the fact that it wasn't... I believe there were some contradictions with the source material. But I basically watched it when it came out, and I don't even know if I have that movie anymore. Regardless, I do want to, that it is what it is. Anyway, it's something to talk about, I guess. But speaking of movies, I was talking to him yesterday because he was walking over to the dollar store to get some stuff, and I was like, I'll give you a ride, because I was about to watch a movie, and I had already gone to the store, and it was whatever. It wasn't great outside, and either way, I invited him to come watch the movie with me, which is, I'll get to what it was in a second. It's not the Avatar one. But, sorry, I just spaced out for a second. So, we went to the dollar store, came back, and we watched the movie Flow. Because it had been recommended to me the first couple weeks, and I was like, I'll watch it eventually. But I never get to watching movies, like, on streaming services. Like, I never want to commit that much time, but I'll also, like, watch, like, 17 episodes in one sitting of any one given show. But I don't want to commit to, like, a movie that would be way shorter. Because I don't know. In retrospect. Anyway, I was bored, and I hadn't really been doing anything, so I decided to go get some lunch around 2 in the afternoon. And then watch that movie, because I didn't have anything else to do at the time. I had been playing games, and I wanted a break, because it was my day off. So, for those people who don't know, Flow is, I'm just going to make a basic descriptor. Flow is a movie about a cat who, and the cat and a bunch of other animals and whatnot get swept up in a massive flood. There are no humans in this movie. There seems to be evidence of people, but no humans. And there's no actual dialogue. The animals talk to each other, but we can't understand what they're saying. Because, we just hear their animal sound effects. Anyway, if I remember the brief description of the movie, the cat goes on a journey to find land that's not going to get flooded, but the water's been rising constantly, so it's a big flood. Anyway, the movie won an Oscar or something. I believe that's what it said, and I found out about it in the most backwards of ways. I was doom scrolling on Reddit, I think, and there's a Marvel meme page thing or whatever that happened to scroll by, and it was essentially somebody thought that the place Doctor Doom comes from, I forget what it's called, but it's it's similar to in name of our version of Latvia. Or is it Latvia? I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce it. I don't know. Anyway, they found out that apparently the Doctor Doom's place, I think it's Latveria? No, maybe, I don't know. I can't remember which one is the real one and which one is not. But they thought the place that Doctor Doom or whatever from the Marvel Universe came from was real, and the comments were like, it's not real. But anyway, the reason they found out about it was because Latvians were really excited because their movie, because the movie was made in Latvia, I believe, and they won an Oscar for it or something. It's a fully animated movie. I don't know what kind of animation or if they used mocap, but it's beautiful. it's kind of a movie. If you get like a small group of friends over, you could have conversations while watching it. It's a very nice movie. I really loved it. It deserved the Oscar. And I hope they do something about. I hope something is explained about the end. But I won't be explaining that here because that's spoilers, and it's an amazing movie. You should watch it for yourselves. Anyway, me and him watched that movie, and while that was happening, so it had been raining the night before or something. So what basically happened was I had worn my sweatshirt out to go get food, and somewhere along the way of going out to get food twice and watching the movie, I had lost my hoodie. And I'd worn my hoodie back inside, of course, so it's definitely inside somewhere. But as I was getting ready to leave for work this morning, I couldn't find it. And I didn't want to be late for work, so, I just left it wherever it was, and hopefully I'll be able to find it now that I have more time. But it's very interesting. It's very great. I love that movie. That's gotta be one of my favorite movies of all time now. There's like less than 10 of those probably. I don't know. I don't normally do that for movies. And even if I did, it's my personal movie, so it's not everyone's. But it's an amazing movie. 100%. I don't know if critics gave it a bad score or not, but I feel like they should have given it a good score. Because it's been forever since we've technically gotten a movie without words, I think. It's all just like horror movies and rehashing the same old whatevers with older IP movies recently. And none of those are silent. And I mean, the movie wasn't silent either. There's music and stuff, and sound effects and all that, and the animals make noises, but there's no actual words besides like the title and stuff. I highly recommend you watch it if you can. I ended up watching it on Max, and I think if I get the chance, and if I'm not too poor for a while, I might try and get a physical copy, because that movie is awesome. It's very interesting, because if you know a bit of information about animals and where they live, it kind of makes the movie a lot more interesting to talk about. Anyway, I'm about home and there's a mail truck, so I gotta maybe go check for something. So, thanks for watching thanks for listening. If you liked this, leave a like. If you didn't, you don't have to. And as always, have a great next 24 hours, everybody. See ya.